The next thing is to install the remote engine. Okay. We're going to go back to our terminal and we're going to open a new tab, or at least I will open a new tab. You guys can open a new terminal, up to you. Okay. All right. I'm going to do an SSH yet again. SSH no name at whatever my remote host name is. Very first time I log in into this VM, so I'm getting the uh, question whether the key should be added to my list of known keys. So I'm going to say yes. Password, same thing like before, capital N, no name, training, one exclamation. I'm going to do an ls-lav, lav. And I want to point out that this is the exact same VM, right? I have the activation, I have the tarball, and so on. Right? And word of warning, you do not need the activation file anymore. The only time you need the activation file is the very first time you install the no-name platform. It's the only time you need the activation file. Okay? So the only thing we need right now is the tarball. And again, in order to install the no-name platform server mode or Docker Swarm mode, you have to be under super user. Okay, so let's switch under super user. Sudo su, same password, capital N, no name, capital T, training, one exclamation, like this. Okay, again, I'm root. Reminds me of Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm Groot. And I can type ID. Here I am. I am the root user. Okay. All right. So same instructions like before, which means we need to create a brand new folder. So I'm going to say mkdir/opt/no name. I'm going to clear my screen a little bit. There we go. And we're going to navigate under /opt/no name like this. By the way, I'm going to rename also my tab. I'm going to call it remote. There we go. Okay. And the only thing I need to do is on tar. So I'm going to say tar xvfz extract verbosely a file that is zipped. It's under the home folder of the no name user, and it's the no name online 32820 tar.gz, right? Gunzipped. And we're going to execute this command. I'm going to let it go. Should take a few seconds, but there we go. Okay. So our job is simpler right now because the only thing we need is to copy and paste the command from the engine's page when we were provisioning that particular engine. All right. To do that, I'm going to go back to our user interface, back to the engines, and again I'm going to scroll to the right, actions for your remote engine, install, copy. Copy this command, guys. Copy and close. You don't need it anymore. Close. The reason why I'm saying copy and close is because I want to have a clear view of this status, right? And I'm going to go back to my terminal, and this time I'm going to move it a little bit. Actually, I'm going to resize it a little bit so that I can actually see the statuses. Okay, I'm going to see the statuses. I'm going to paste the command. This is the full command, right? I understand we're already super user and we're saying sudo again. It's benign. It doesn't really matter, right? Doesn't really matter. Okay. You multiply something with 1, it's still the same thing, right? So it's very similar to that. I'm going to split my screen yet again because I would like to be able to inspect the progress of my installation. I have to be on the right shell, and I'm going to SSH one more time. And you need again the remote hostname. Again, you cannot split if your terminal doesn't support this type of screen splitting or terminal splitting. Open another terminal, right? I'm confined in my in the real estate of a single screen. I can't use my other screens because then you're not going to see the recording, and it beats the purpose. So password, same thing, capital N, no name, capital T training, one exclamation, like this. And of course, I'm going to do my Docker, my watch. Forgot about the watch. Docker service ls. Again, nothing should be present. And this should also give you, yep, this is it. We have no Docker swarm yet running. We haven't initialized the Docker swarm. So if you see stuff right here, probably you're logging in into your no-name VM. So be careful, you don't confuse them. Okay, I'm going to go now to the first terminal, to the top side, and I'm going to run this command. Very similar output, right? Very similar output. The login succeeded. And right now I'm going to start creating the services. And as soon as I have the services, I will be start fetching the corresponding containers, the images of those containers. As soon as the images are downloaded, then I'm going to be starting the corresponding instances, container instances. Okay. Keep an eye on the unregistered. Keep an eye on the unregistered. This should be changing. It should change first to partially online and then online. Okay. Now pay attention also to the components, right? This is a subset of all the other components that we've seen earlier on. Okay. So you have the engine, NAT, and router, like before. You have the engine X. It still has the same purpose. Look at the status. It already changed to partially online. By the way, this shouldn't take more than like 5 minutes, right? It should be pretty quick, right? A lot smaller components, less things to do. Okay. So my engine, NATs, and router, it's your engine. Platform is there to help you with the log-based integrations, right? Same thing with syslog. It's log-based after all, okay? The NoGate, which is a new container. We didn't see that container before. Think of this as being your gateway, right? It's the gateway where all traffic will go through. Instead of every single one of these components communicating to the management, well, they communicate to NoGate, and NoGate goes through your corresponding management, right? So one place where we perform all communication, make things simpler. Okay. The rest are the same, right? The rest are the same like before. And as you can see, most of the online already, right? Already online. And again, I see the online. I'm pretty sure everything is good to go, but I'm gonna wait until I see that installation successful, right? And again, I'm not gonna be too concerned about these, right? I see that installation ended successfully. I'm good to go. These will change into 1 at some point, right? They will change at 1/1 at some point. Okay. All right. Installation successful. And well, look at this integration adapter. It's already switched to 1/1. The only thing left is the platform, so I wouldn't worry too much about it, right? Everything checks out in my engine. Everything checks out in my installation. I'm pretty happy with it, right? At some point, we need to test an integration, right? And that point is the next exercise, right? Not now. For the time being, the third exercise is complete. So we're done with the third exercise. We provisioned the remote engine and we install the remote engine. We see the installation successfully and we see this corresponding result, right? And back to the terminal very quickly. Yep, 1/1 across the board. Okay. Okay. Cool. Exercise done. One more to go, guys. One more to go.